Hello. I would like to go over some of the most recent emails and different correspondence that I've had with my bookkeeping department. And this is going to be random, and I haven't really looked at anything prior, hardly at all. I've glanced over all of these and have probably responded, but I'm not totally prepared for everything here. But I want to give you an idea of exactly what we're dealing with here. And, like, for instance, anytime an owner asks any type of a bookkeeping question or trying to get onto the portal, I just direct them to the bookkeepers. I forward the message. I respond back to the owner saying I will be forwarding this, and then I will put another note to the bookkeepers to please contact the owner as soon as possible. Now, it's important to realize that our bookkeepers work different hours than we do. They're in the Philippines, and they start work at around 3:30 or 4 o'clock, excuse me, our time, and will work generally until, whenever they get off, which is probably around 4 or 5 in the morning our time. And but if there's ever an emergency, Randy is the guy in charge, and I think he actually gets the emails if need be. And you can always, contact Randy Regala. But for right now, I've been having some questions this time of the year. We've sent out the 1099s, which is the bookkeepers have done that. And they've sent them to the owners along with the vendors. Now, on the 1099s, some people haven't received them. It's important for you to know that we do mail them physically, along with and we to the address that they gave us. So some people may have moved, and those type of things don't get forwarded sometimes. But their 1099 is also located on their portal. If they have questions on how to get onto the portal and they haven't been utilizing that, that's another thing I actually just pass on to the bookkeeping department for them to go through it. I don't really like taking the time doing that type of technical support. I'd rather pay somebody else to do it. Now, if you can answer these questions, that would be very helpful. But just in my capacity, I'm running this company and I just don't have time for a lot of those things. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to go over was we had a 1099 question from this owner, Stan, and I'm going to try to get to it here. Let's see if we have here we go. This particular owner he goes, I'm ready to file my taxes. I've received 2 documents from you that I think have different numbers. I think there is a wrong amount reported on his form 1090, and the property was without tenants in February of 24. On the owner's statement, the numbers are right, as well as my new mailing address. So he's saying there's a discrepancy. Now, I would not know anything about these numbers anymore. I don't deal with these things, and that's what I pay the bookkeepers to deal with. So let's see if I said, bookkeeping, please help Stan with answering these questions. Now, I forwarded that message to both Stan, the owner, and my bookkeeping department. And the reason, and I want to keep everybody in the loop on what I'm doing when I forward that. Now, I could have said, hi, Stan, will be on this, and then bookkeeping, please help Stan with answering these questions. Now, the bookkeeping department did an awesome job. Hi team, the 1099 computation has been reviewed. Please see the email draft below for your kind review and approval. And then to the owner, we hope this email finds you well. We are writing to confirm about the correct address. The address used for your 1099 was based on the information from your previous 1099. So they were going over that. So all of these addresses do need to be proper, in the system. They're requesting that they get an updated W-9 to correct their current address. We will process the 1099 correction as soon as we receive the updated W-9 form. In the meantime, please see the details below for a breakdown of your 1099 income. They break it all down. They talk about what the discrepancy between the reported 1099 income was, reflected in your building account because of a prepayment. And I love the way they just break everything down. I can't seem to zoom in on that on this particular computer I'm in, but they give all of this information. I'm really pleased to see how well they responded to our owners. It makes us look like we have it together, and that's what I want. That's why if I don't know the answer, I would rather somebody else that is competent, in the field of bookkeeping, to go ahead and field these questions and give a good answer. I don't like to be the middleman. And that's the same thing with a vendor. Let's say a plumber wants to talk to me. Yeah, I don't mind getting the information in a nutshell of what happened and what needs to be done. But I would rather the plumber give a detailed estimate and explanation because that's their field. And if there's questions that the owners have, I'd rather the owners be able to ask somebody that knows instead of me being in the middle and going, oh, well, let me get back to you on that, or saying something that's not accurate. It just doesn't help anybody, and my goal is to create as less frustration as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing at this point, but I'm going to probably be going through some more examples on some of these emails. So stay tuned.